aspects on the financial crisis. How far can the stock exchange and the stock market fall? Well, we've seen a dramatic fall in the U.S. stock exchange, especially stock markets. And the Dow Jones is down from 14,000 plus, and on Friday it even went below 8,000, so we looked at the 7,000 numbers again. If you've been following my videos, this comes as no surprise to you. I've been warning about this since November last year, and the question on how far it can fall is something that you have to make up your mind about whether or not this is a recession we're facing, whether or not it is a depression we're facing, or whether or not it is a total collapse of the economy with social unrest and real deep trouble. And to be honest with you, I have not yet made up my mind what this is. I mean, it's a recession, that's obvious, and that's not what I have not made up my mind about. I haven't made up my mind whether or not this will be a depression or a total collapse. I hope not, and let's hope not, this goes beyond a recession. But the risk is there, and as the markets are falling, and as I see what the governments are trying to do, just falling flat, I am afraid, and the risk is increasing, that this might be a depression, and that it might even be a total collapse of, the society as we know it. We'll have to rewrite the whole thing. And if I do arrive at the conclusion, or if it comes to the point where I really believe that this is what's going to happen, I will start making specific videos about that. And I fear that, because that's going to be nasty. That's not going to be nice. So I hope and I pray that it's not going to happen. But okay, back to the stock market. You have to make up your mind on those three scenarios: recession, depression, or total collapse. If this is just a recession, then the stock market is not going to fall down to zero. And we have like a 40-50% drop already, and we might drop a little bit more, but somewhere, it's going to get really price worthy. Some of the shares and some of the companies that are solid and have solid balance sheets and are not filled up with debt and all that. I personally bought on Friday, even though I've been selling. I've been out of the market and telling everyone to sell for more than a year. I actually yesterday bought some Russian oil stocks because they were so beaten down. I don't recommend for most people to do that, but at one point, the shares become so price worthy that it's really worth considering to go in and buy some. But if this is a recession, then eventually we're going to approach price levels where it's interesting to go in. If this is a depression, then it might go on for 10-15 years, and it's really no telling how far down this can go. And then I wouldn't advise buying into the stock market at all, because it can continue falling, and there's really no telling how far down it can go, because people will scramble for cash, and no one will have cash, and it will be totally uncharted waters. So that I would totally go for safe mode, absolutely. And the same with a collapse of the economy and the collapse of our society as we know it. If that happens, your money is not going to help you anyway. So then you might as well, if you really think that the society is going to collapse, then you want to withdraw your cash and buy hard assets for everything you can, and maybe use some of your cash to buy some spectacularly low-priced asset, just in the hope that things turn around, that you're wrong. The market can fall further, but I believe this is a recession. I hope this is a recession, and that the falls will start to bottom out somewhere at the Dow being at 7, 6, or 5,000, maybe down to I don't believe we'll see the 4,000 numbers, but it can still fall a bit more. Thanks.